Good morning, YouTube. So today I am, let's see, what day is today? Thursday? I am 4 weeks and 6 days post-op, 5 days post-op, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 6 days. Okay, 4 weeks and 6 days post-op for my Mommy Makeover, which is a tummy tuck, liposuction, fat transfer, breast lift, breast augmentation, and I had galaflex put in. So my phone is currently on a tripod on a rig, and I'm looking at it and I'm pretty sure it is canted slightly. So I don't know if y'all can see it, which I turn my head to the right a lot anyway, so maybe it doesn't even matter. But so for a change, I am sitting in my living room instead of in my bedroom. I am still currently not dressed because I'm never dressed, which is hilarious because 5 weeks ago, if you told me I was going to put YouTube videos of myself without like actual clothing on, I'd have been like, that's not gonna happen. But it's totally happening, right? I'm in a bra and a compression garment, which is skin tight. Like I would have never, like I wouldn't have put videos of myself in a bathing suit on YouTube. Yet here I am. Something has just drastically changed with the surgery. And part of that is, like I've talked about, is the honesty and integrity and authenticity that I'm trying to convey post-surgery. Because I've seen a lot of like Instagram crap or like, you know, internet crap where my new motto in life is the internet lies, basically. So, you know, everyone wants to look glamorous and fabulous and fantastic, and that's fine, but when you're presenting a false image, it gets confusing and it sets unrealistic standards and expectations. So not everybody is going to sit around as, I'm not naked, right? I have on a bra and I have on a garment, and I have on underwear on top of my garment. Not everyone's going to sit around in the same state of dress that I'm in, but I'm fortunate that it's just myself and my daughter and my dogs in my house. And so, you know, I have the ability to do this. If I had boy children, I don't think that this would be my normal state of dress. I'd probably have like a dressing gown on or something, right? If I had a significant other that lived with me, plus kids, like same thing, I would probably be in more of a state of dress than I am. So, you know, it is what it is though. So, my dog is sitting behind my tripod and he is chewing on something called yak cheese. He is an industrious chewer. He's about a 75-pound pit bull mix. And he is loving the heck out of it. So I can hear him crunching. You guys may be able to hear him crunching in the video, but those are like dog happiness noises. So totally enjoy the crunchings. My other dog, she's really lazy and she's probably still asleep, or if she's not asleep, she's probably in my bed right now getting dog hair all over everything. So I usually have to fight her in the mornings for a spot in my own bed, which is like ridiculous. And part of that's because half of my bed has like, I have a little tray in my bed, which has got like car mags and the remote for my TV, the remote for my bed, usually a bottle of water, like the things that I need in the middle of the night since surgery. And so plus there's like 5 pillows, so I can, you know, mix and match my pillows. So she can't sleep on that part, so she insists on sleeping where I'm supposed to be. It's very ridiculous. So last night I did a lot more, like I laid my bed down, not flat, but I laid it a lot closer to flat. And I did more sleeping on my sides, which was kind of strange. Like I don't like the way that it feels when it pushes my breast. And so I just took like I have several different types of pillows in my bed. So I took one of the thinner ones and I just kind of wedged it under my boob and hugged it. And that felt better. Like my incision, it didn't really bother, but it was my boobs that it bothered. So, but I did a lot more sleeping on my sides. Of course I would roll over onto my side and then like wake up at some point and I'd be on my back. So maybe like my conscious brain was like, it's fine. And my subconscious brain was like, it's not fine. Get off your boobs. So I don't know, but I'm enjoying being able to change my position and sleep on my sides a little bit. You know, I mentioned the other day I'm not brave enough yet to put the bed all the way flat, but it's coming. I'll get there. So, one of the things I wanted to talk about in this video is weight. So, I have struggled with my weight like my entire life. And this is like a really sensitive topic for me because I used to be really fat, and I got made fun of a lot for being heavy. As a teenager, as a kid, right, I have a whole bunch of siblings, and they would make fun of me for being, and I wasn't even fat when I was little. I'm not a small person, right? Like, for instance, right now I'm 5'4". As of this morning, I was 143.0 pounds, which I am now in what's considered a normal weight range. But like when I was in the military, my highest weight was supposed to be like 133 pounds. So that's 10 pounds more than what I weigh right now. I don't have 10 pounds on my body to lose, right? Like my logical, reasonable brain knows that and understands that. Like if there's not 10 pounds on my body left to lose. But my irrational emotional brain is like, you're too fat, you're too heavy, you should lose 10 pounds. Okay, brain, I don't know where we're gonna lose that. But I mean, even in the Army, I always had to get taped. So I'm kind of jumping around on weight here. But so yeah, 5'4", 143 pounds. Most of the time, if somebody's like, oh, I'm 143 pounds and I'm 5'4", you're gonna be like, oh God, they're kind of chunky, right? Except weight, like I've determined that weight means nothing. Like unless you're 5'4" and like pushing 200 pounds, you're probably pretty moderately sized, right? Like that's just kind of the way that it goes. Weight is such a bizarre and odd topic. Like I know there was a girl on a website that I frequent the other day, 4'11", 90 pounds. 90 pounds. I was like, oh my God, I weigh 53 pounds more than that girl. Like I'm more than double her, or more than 50%, her size. And it was like, geez. But at the end of the day, does it really matter? Like what does that 143 pounds tell me? It doesn't tell me anything. It doesn't tell medical professionals anything. Does it change the way my clothing fits? No. Does it affect my self-worth and my value? Yes, it does affect my own personal self-worth and my value, but why? Why do I let this number on the scale dictate how I feel about myself? Why can't I just accept 143 pounds? Like it's really not that big of a deal, right? And I think part of what I struggle with is like my bone structure and my size. This surgical bra that I have on, I think it's like a size 42. And so when we measured my chest, it was like my ribs, right? I don't know if you guys can see that because I'm using the back camera again, so I don't know what you guys can see. But when I measured my ribs, it was like 101 centimeters, which translates to like 38.75 inches. So my chest around, my band size for a bra is about a 40. And that's huge compared to a lot of people. But then my waist size, I don't know what my waist is in inches, I have no idea. But size 6 pants are too big now in my waist. Like they're gappy and they don't fit anymore. So am I gonna be in a size 4? I don't know yet. We'll find out. But because my belly's still swollen. So I'm conscientious about my size. I'm conscientious about how big that I am. When I was little, my mom used to tell me that I was built like a brick shit house. And she used to tell me that I was built like a linebacker. She used to tell me that I couldn't wear normal dresses and normal clothes. I forgot to turn off my ringer. That I couldn't wear normal dresses and normal clothes because how big I was, because I wasn't dainty or little. And my mom is 5'8" and barely weighed 100 pounds even when she was pregnant. Super fine boned. At one point, probably when I was in the military, so my early 20s, she had a thumb ring on and she took it off and I tried it on and I couldn't fit it over the knuckle of my pinky finger, right? Like that's how fine boned she is. And so she would say these things to me about my size and how, like I said, how I was built like a linebacker and I was built like a shit brick house. And those are not things that are treasured in girls, right? Like who wants to be built like a linebacker, like a 400 pounds, 6'8", which I'm only 5'4", but who wants to be built like that? What little girl dreams of being built like a brick shit house, right? My mom didn't say those things to be mean to me, but that kind of stuff sticks, right? Like it gets down in there and it sticks. And so I've always been very conscientious about my bulk. Even though I'm probably not actually that bulky, but I see it that way. Which I know these are problems with my own self-image, right? I was surprised the other day. I had posted a picture. I was going out on Saturday night and just to dinner. Like, I'm not going out, one, because New Orleans is mostly closed, and two, I'm still recovering from surgery. And I put on a plain white V-neck shirt, and then I put on this really cute skirt that I have that didn't really fit when I was before I had a tummy tuck, because it like smashed fat over the top. And so I put this on, and there's a picture of it on Instagram, which is Fat Girl Gone Slim 79. And I took a picture, and granted, you know, some angles were involved, which I still have not learned anything about taking pictures from angles. Like, y'all, if you look at some of my pictures on there, it's like triple chin, and like my boobies look weird and squishy, and I don't understand the angles thing yet. And I was like, holy shit, look at how tiny my waist is. And like, I don't understand why, when I can look at a picture and look at how small I can look, versus when I look in the mirror, I don't see that, right? I see 143 pounds, which is, you know, it's a brain thing. At my heaviest, I was 255 pounds. So that's 112 pounds more than what I weigh right now. Just 255, and I was huge. I was a big girl. I think I wore like a size 22 pants. And that was a lot. It was a lot of weight. I wore like a 2X shirt, and I'll never forget, my mom had come to my house, and she still didn't weigh as much as me, but she is so fine boned that she wouldn't. And she told me she never thought she would see the day that she wore clothes as big as I did. And that was like, right. And again, my mom it just comes out. She doesn't say it to be mean and nasty, but like, these are the things that she thinks. And that really hurt a lot. And that was part of my determination to start losing weight, because I was like, all right, screw you. Like, cool, worst thing in the world to be a size 2X. Gotcha. And my motivation wasn't, oh, I need to be smaller than my mom. My motivation was, I was on high blood pressure medication, and I had poorly controlled blood pressure. And I had gone to the doctor, and they were going to double my blood pressure medication. And I was like 36 maybe. And it was like, well, this is the beginning of the end for me. Like, when you're 36 and you weigh 255 pounds and you're morbidly obese and you have poorly controlled blood pressure, like, that's a bad start to life, guys. That's a bad start to middle age. And so I knew I had to do something, and I had to get it under control. And so, you know, this is where I'm at now, though. I'm 143 pounds. Am I proud of the fact that I've lost a lot of weight? Yes, but I still obsess about my weight. I weigh myself every single day. I weighed myself every day since surgery. Well, probably not the first couple days, because like, I was so drugged up and dripping blood and fluid everywhere that I couldn't get on a scale and not die. But the morning of surgery, I was 147 pounds. I peaked at 157 pounds. And then again, today I'm 143 pounds. So, but am I obsessed with my weight? Yeah, probably. But if I get on the scale tomorrow and I'm 148 pounds, and like Monday I was 147.8, am I gonna freak out and starve myself? No, I'm not going to, right? So this is where I really struggle with myself, is that I'm not gonna freak out because I'm 148 pounds. Do I wanna be less than 143? Yeah, I'm like dying to be in the 130s. God, I'd love to be in the 130s. But why? What validation does that provide for me? Like, if I am in the 130s, am I suddenly more lovable? Is my mom gonna, you know, take back those comments she made to me when I was a kid? No. Or an adult? No. You know, it's not gonna change who I am fundamentally. It's not gonna, it doesn't change anything about me to weigh in the 130s. Like, why do I want to do this? I don't know. There's something in my brain that says that's a better number. 130s is better than 140s, right? And does it really matter? No, not really. So, I'm frustrated with myself for this. I'm frustrated with myself that I feel this way. I wish I didn't feel this way. I wish I knew how to change it. I wish I knew how to be different, but I don't. I don't have any idea. But I do weigh myself every single day. Now, I also use my weight as a gauge. Like, for instance, there at one point, I think the highest I've been in the last like 3 years was like or 4 years was like maybe 153 point something or 154. And I was like, all right, I need to rein in the amount of carbohydrates I'm eating. And because that's what it was, I was doing what's called carb creep, that I was allowing a lot more carbohydrates in my diet. And so that was causing me to like bloat and swell and gain some weight. And so once I got up to 154, I was like, that's not an acceptable level for me. So I really tried to keep my weight around like between 145 and 153 basically. Usually I would be between 148 and 153. And weight, of course, can fluctuate day to day on a female. So, I don't freak out over 5 pounds. You just can't. It's not, I guess if I gain 5 pounds today and then gain 5 pounds tomorrow, I would freak out about that. But in general, it's like, it is what it is weight-wise. So, but yeah, it sucks to have this going on in my brain. It scares me sometimes because I can be so obsessive about it. And when you go and you do something like plastic surgery and like have a tummy tuck and liposuction, one, these are not weight loss procedures. Will I get into the 130s magically? No, probably not. I don't know how much skin was cut off, right? Like I can give you an approximation of how far down my skin was pulled based on where things like moles and scars have been moved to. But my guess is it was a couple pounds of tissue, and then I had that liposuction, but that fat was put back into my body. How much fat was removed? I don't know that either. And how much was put back in my body? I don't know that either. And then you got to account for whatever was removed in skin. I had implants put in, and so implants are not that heavy. Mine are 310 each, so 620 cc's. I think that translates to ounces. We could do some math. It's not a lot of weight, but I can't do the math right now in my head because I'm busy yammering. So at the end of the day, I would expect that my weight's just kind of going to balance. The reason I think I've lost 4 pounds is because I'm so strict on my diet right now. I'm not no carb creep, so I'm not eating bread at all. I'm not letting myself be well, I'll have a little bite. Yesterday I bought my daughter some fiery sour gummy bears, and I want to try them. God, they smell so good. I want to try them. I'm not going to, right? I don't want to get on that slippery slope yet. I need the swelling to go away in my belly. I want to heal and be better. And so I think that that's where that 4 pound weight loss has come from, is the total, just not eating carbs, which is good, right? That I'm not eating the carbs, but, it's not, I don't think it's a side effect of the surgery, but, cause again, not weight loss surgery. So, but that's just kind of my views on weight. That's kind of my views on my weight in particular. And my, obsession is a weird word. One of my friends she weighs herself, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a day. And I weigh myself in the morning, and that's pretty much it. Because for me, that's my metric, is my morning weight, versus I know if I weigh myself at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I've drank coffee, I've drank water, I've probably eaten, I've done all this stuff that's going to contribute to my weight. But I know that when I weigh in the morning, I pretty much, that's my weight, right? I have dehydrated myself overnight by not drinking water, although sometimes I drink water. I've gone to the bathroom in the morning, so I've pooped, I've peed, everything's out. Okay, what is this weight? And for me, that's it's like an experiment almost, that you have the same exact controls and the same exact conditions, minor changes and variables. And so that's how I track my weight, more or less. But, yeah, so that's it. Those are my views on weight and my struggle, which I do struggle with my weight, which, oh, that was the other thing I wanted to talk about, is that this is not a magic pill, right? Surgery is not a magic pill. Not weight loss surgery is not a magic pill. You still have to do the work. Not plastic surgery, it's not a magic pill. It's not going to change the way I feel about myself. It's not going to change, magically fix the things in my brain that make me obsess about weight. It's not gonna, this is still gonna exist unless I go get it cut off. The plastic surgery, what it did fix is it fixed the saggy, loose skin on my belly. It fixed my muscles being rent apart from being pregnant. It fixed my uneven, saggy boobs, right? Those are things it fixed. So it fixed physical things, but it didn't fix the mental things. And so now what I have to work on is fixing the mental things, fixing the way that I see my body. I got asked about my self-views since the surgery, and it was like, well, this is what's wrong and this is what's still wrong, and I hope this gets better and I hope this heals like this. And I was like, God, I'm so critical of myself. And so when I got asked that a second, excuse me, when I got asked that a second time, I was like, oh my God, my boobs look so good, da, 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 da. Like, I can't believe how much smaller my waist is. Like, I'm shocked when I look in a mirror and I look so little. So I'm trying to change my own self-message. I'm trying to take that negative critical voice that I have and change that into a, I love myself and I love my body and I love my results and my outcome. And so sometimes though you don't realize how critical you're sounding until you're voicing that to someone else and you're like, oh gosh, like, man, my dog is sniffing the tripod. Man, I sound critical and bad. So I'm working on that. I'm trying to change that. And that's, again, the surgery is not a magic bullet. It's not going to change how I see myself because, sure, I don't have saggy loose skin on my belly anymore. Well, instead I'm bloated and I'm swollen. I have bruising. I have a scar that runs, from the back of one hip to the back of the other hip. So it's like I traded one thing for another. And that is something I thought about before surgery is, okay, I'm trading, this set of issues for this set of issues. And sure enough, right, that's where I'm at. And so one of the big debates I had with myself before the tummy tuck is getting rid of that loose skin worth the trade-off of having this massive scar around my body? And I know after a few years, the scar will fade out to almost nothing. Like, I have a couple friends who've had tummy tucks, and I've, extensively looked at the internet about of people's aged scars. And yeah, that'd be way better. So, how am I gonna feel the first time I stand naked in front of somebody with this massive scarring on my boobs and on my belly? I don't know. I suspect I'm gonna be self-conscious. Will I be more self-conscious about how I felt with saggy skin? I don't know the answer to that either. Like, I won't know until it happens. Will I talk about it on here? I might just. We'll have to see how I feel when that happens, which is not gonna happen anytime soon because I still have scabs on my tummy and I have scabs on my boobs and I hurt. And so that's not gonna happen anytime soon. So anyway, all right, that's enough waxing poetic, I think, for the day. So like my video, subscribe to my channel, leave comments, questions, concerns, support. Yay, I love having y'all's support. It's fantastic. And if you're into the Instagram scene, it's Fat Girl Gone Slim 79. And if you're not into the Instagram scene, well, you should still go to Fat Girl Gone Slim 79 because I post pictures on there that I don't put on YouTube. So, like, pictures of my fabulous, straight and tangled hair. So anyway, like, subscribe, comment. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Thanks for listening and for watching.